Good afternoon, fearless and fabulous women of Washington, D.C. I have one question for you. What is the biggest roadblock that is standing in your way of achieving your goal this year? And I would like to get some answers. What is the biggest roadblock that is standing in your way of achieving or exceeding your goal this year? Yes.
Not feeling good enough.
Not feeling good enough. Who else has some answer? Yes?
Not knowing what I don't know.
Not knowing what you don't know.
Trying to build the right team so I can get additional help.
Try to build the right team. Okay. So it's like lack of information, lack of confidence. So those are great answers, but it's really not the root of your roadblock. So I would give you an hint, or better, let Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, give you an hint. The richest people on earth look for and build networks, while everyone else look for work. Having a strong network is a game changer to achieve success, no matter what is your pitch of success. Because if you lack confidence, working with a coach could help you. If you don't know what you don't know, surrounding yourself with experts and people who have already done what you're looking to do could help you. The same. So at the end, it comes down to have the right people around you, the right network. Really, network is the number one unwritten rule of success. Why? Because everything that you need is in the hands of someone else. Look at any top performer in any industry. Their trophy case is full. They have access to an abundant flow of opportunities. They can mobilize a strong network to get things done quickly. They know everybody, and everybody knows them. They are influential. Now let's look at someone who is starting a business. She's maybe having a business for a while, but she's not growing to the level she wants to achieve. Or she's in corporate career, but she's not getting promoted. She doesn't have sponsors. She doesn't have mentors. She doesn't know a lot of people, and not a lot of people know her. She is invisible. Because when we look at the game called life or called business, it's really a relationship game. It's all about influence. For this, you will go as high, as far, and as deep as the quality of your relationship and the strength of your influence. For this reason today, after all the great nuggets you already gotten this morning and this afternoon, by the end of our time together, you will pick 3 keys to go from invisible to influential. 3 keys to accelerate your success so you could become this great influential leader who can have a strong network to achieve anything quickly at any time. Are you glad you came to the Fearless Summit today? Yes. Awesome. These keys come under what I called my 3 I's to go from invisible to influential. If you get the first one, if you really grasp it, the first key, not only you will increase your influence, but you will also become laser focused in everything that you do. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
The first key is intentionality. And Lena talked to it this morning, so that means that it's really a message that God wants for you today. You need to be committed to build a strong network on purpose. because nothing just happened. What does a strong network look like? It will depend on each of you, because each of you, you have your own dreams and your own goal. So you need different type of connection. But I can recommend you to have 5 types at least of people in your life. You need experts, coaches, advisors, mentors, and coaches who could help you. You need also partners, people who are going to be the trenches with you, peer colleagues, friends, family. You need also raving fans, your customers, your employees, and again, some friends and family who are going to support you in the journey. You need your support system. The 4th type of people is influencers. If you are in a corporate America, you need to have sponsors. If you are in the business world, you need maybe to get connection with celebrities, with media, with people who are going to elevate your platform. And the 5th type, you need bankers, people who are going to invest in you, either the time, their money, and you need to be one of your own investors. For this reason, today, you did a great choice to invest in you, in your growth, in your spirit, in your skills. But once you have the vision of the network, you still need to find a way to get specific name. So ask me, how do I get specific name? How do I get specific name? Glad that you ask. My clients rave about this technique, which is a bit what Angie shared with us and also Lena this morning, and I called it pre-play the future. Because as human beings, we are super good at rehearsing our past. The past mistake, the past failures, the past offenses, and guess what? While we are rehearsing our past, we are perfecting our past. But few of us, we take time to meditate on our future. I hope that you have a vision board, as Angie was mentioning. But we know to get deeper than the vision board. So we are not going to repeat the full exercise as Lena and Angie did, but we are going to test it quickly. So could you stand up? Close your eyes and pick this goal that you want and project yourself into the future. You are in the movie, you've reached it. And I want to know who is in your life, who knows you in the future that does not know you today. How did you meet those people? Which type of events are you attending in the future? How do you dress? How do you talk? To do this exercise, you cannot think linearly. You need to think outside the box. You need to think exponentially. Because if you keep showing up at the same places with the same people, you will get the same results. We don't have a lot of time. This takes like more time to go really into the future, but it's for you to give you a taste so you can open your eyes and sit down. And we're coming back to the reality, to the present. There is a gap between your future and where you are now. So it's time to take pen and paper or your computer and to start bridging the gap. What are the skills that you need to acquire to go into this future? What are the places you need to go? I cannot tell you, when I started to build my business, I was going to so many events that were useless. I will never have any type of really meaningful connection because I didn't have a clear picture. And I was wasting my time. For this reason, I was telling you, if you grasp this key of intentionality, you will no longer waste your time at the wrong place with the wrong people. You will become laser focused. You might also need the way you show up. Once you have your strategy, it's time to take action. Because once again, nothing just happened. But with this key of intentionality, when you are going to look for specific person to be connected, is not a door or a license to become queen of manipulation, because the world is already full of those, and we don't need and don't want more of those. You need the second key to guard you, which is the key of integrity. Everything that you do comes from the heart. One of the great ways to connect with influential people is to be part of the leadership of a nonprofit organization. But I don't want you to go after a nonprofit or certain type of people just for the title, the appearance. You need to pick a cause you're really passionate about. You need to invest. You need to demonstrate results, to demonstrate your leadership. You need to be a giver before being a taker. Because I think like all of us, we're like sick and tired to see people with position privilege who at the end have issue with justice because they lost their way for lack of integrity. So we need to protect our heart and always be anchored of who we are, because this is going to guide us. And this is a third key, the key of identity. I say like identity is destiny. Because a lot of time we don't raise our game of influence. We are not connecting with these influential people because we think we don't have anything to offer. Because sometimes we've been in a room with politicians or really famous people and we didn't know what to say. We were like fearful. But when you connect to really who you are and you start working on those gifts, you will find this power, this greatness that is going to shine. I don't know who is a fan of Meghan Markle, the wife of Prince Harry. I am, and I'm waiting for baby Sussex. But what is great, when we look at Prince William and Prince Harry, their mother, Princess Diana, did everything that she could so they could have a normal life. But at the end, they never had a normal life because they were born princes of England. She did everything that she could so there will be no difference between them as any mother. But since birth, William is destined to be king, and Harry not. So Harry is doing things that William cannot do, and William is doing things that Harry cannot do. This is identity, define your destiny. And I have great news for you. You are maybe not a princess of England, but you were created by an mighty God, an heavenly Father, who have given you gift, talent, and you have a kingdom to conquer. The same way that I'm studying saying that everything that you need is in the hands of someone else, you have something that someone else needs. There is a tribe of people that are attached only to you, only to your gift, and only you will be able to serve this tribe. So it's up to you to rise up and to be anchored in the power of your identity. Because when you know who you are, you will not try to imitate so and so, and you will not try to cheat the system, because you will be confident that you have greatness to offer, and each of us, we have our own kingdom, and when everybody rises up, we can work the world. And now that we are going to the end of our journey together, I want to leave you with a story when we combined identity, intentionality, and integrity. Carrie was 26 years old. She looks like a young Sally Field. She had a regular 9-to-5 job, but she had always this desire to change the world. So one day she picked up the phone and she started calling 6 nonprofits and asking them what would they do with $1,000. And she was amazed. $1,000 could have a big impact for the charities. So she decided to raise $6,000, $1,000 for each charity. She put an email list with friends, families, and people she had met at networking events. And she called the campaign Global Good Fund. And money started coming, 20 bucks, 50, 100. And after some weeks, she got more than $6,000. She was excited. Each charity will receive more than 1,000. But at the end of the campaign, a new email came. Someone she barely remembered. I want to give you $1 million. Who is going to give $1 million to someone we don't know? This was like a prank, or maybe something worse. But it's not every day you receive an email saying, I want to give you $1 million. So she decided to meet with this guy in a public space with cameras and everything. And they met. And he asked her, what would you do with $1 million? And she said, I had this dream to connect social leaders who want to tackle big problems in our society with money and business mentors. And the guy was sold. He gave her on the spot a check of $1 million. She could not sleep. The same day, the next day, she went at her job and she told her boss the story. And the boss could not believe. But he knew her. He knew her integrity, he knew her capacity, her leadership, intention. And he said, what? I'm going also to give you $1 million. She didn't have a charity. She was raising $6,000 for, so of course, she went and she opened a charity. And the charity is a Global Good Fund. And you can Google the story. This is the power of combining identity, intentionality, and integrity. I cannot wait to hear the story that are going to come out of you. Maybe next year you will be part of the Fearless Summit in Washington, sharing your impact. Because you could have an internal impact on your city, family, changing lives and changing the world. But there is a but. Even if you could have an internal impact, you have a limited time to act. For this reason, you need to take action now to prepare your future, bridge the gap, take action, be really connected to your core power, your identity, and work with integrity. Because if it's not you, who is going to do it? And if it's not now, when? So I will ask you a question and I will ask everybody to answer it. And before this, tomorrow is going to be the birthday of Dejan. And as a gift, I want you to come up and to do a prophetic act with me. Stand up, Dejan. And to do a prophetic act with me, because tomorrow is going to be the start of a new season. And I want everybody to stand up, and I will ask who is going to raise up the influence game, and you are going to answer I, and I will ask, when are you going to start? And you will say, now. And you will say, as a prophetic act in front of everybody, who is going to raise up the influence game?
I.
And when are you going to do it?
Now.
Awesome.